Ancient Egypt was a land of many gods. But one god stood above the rest, Amun. Amun was powerful and mysterious. He was the king of the gods. Amun was not always the most important god. At first, he was a local god of Thebes, but over time, he became more powerful. People began to worship him all over Egypt. Amun was a hidden god. He was everywhere and nowhere at the same time. No one could see him, but everyone could feel his presence. He was the wind, the air, the very breath of life. The ancient Egyptians believed in many gods, but Amun was special. He was the most powerful god of all. Amun's power grew over time. He became the king of the gods. He was married to Mut, the sky goddess. Together they had a son named Khonsu, the moon god. Amun, Mut, and Khonsu formed a powerful triad. They were worshipped throughout Egypt. Temples were built in their honor. People prayed to them for help and guidance. As king of the gods, Amun was responsible for everything. He controlled the sun, the moon, and the stars. He made the Nile River flood, which brought life to the land. He protected the pharaohs and gave them victory in battle. Amun was the most important god in ancient Egypt. He was the creator, the protector, and the giver of life. Amun was often depicted as a man. He wore a crown with two tall plumes. These plumes were a symbol of his power. Sometimes Amun was shown with a ram's head. The ram was a symbol of power and virility. It was a way of showing Amun's strength and majesty. In some images, Amun is shown as a ram. This is another way of showing his power and virility. The ram was a sacred animal in ancient Egypt. Amun's appearance was meant to inspire awe and respect. He was the king of the gods, and his image reflected his power and majesty. Amun was a powerful god. He was the god of the air, the sun, and fertility. He was also the god of kingship. As the god of the air, Amun was everywhere. He was the breath of life. He was the wind that blew across the desert. He was the storm clouds that brought rain. As the god of the sun, Amun was the source of all life. He gave light and warmth to the world. He made the crops grow. As the god of fertility, Amun was responsible for the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. He ensured that the land was fertile and that the people had children. As the god of kingship, Amun was the protector of the pharaohs. He gave them the right to rule. He helped them to defeat their enemies. Section 5. The name secret. Amun's name means hidden or concealed. This is because Amun was a mysterious god. He was everywhere and nowhere at the same time. The ancient Egyptians believed that Amun's true name was so powerful that it could not be spoken. To do so would be to invite disaster. Instead, they called him by other names, such as Amun-Re, which means Amun the sun god. This name combined Amun with Ra, the sun god. By keeping Amun's true name a secret, the Egyptians believed that they were protecting themselves from his power. They knew that Amun was a force to be reckoned with, and they treated him with the utmost respect. Section 6. Amun's stories. There are many stories about Amun in Egyptian mythology. One story tells how Amun created the world. In the beginning, there was nothing but a vast ocean of chaos. Amun emerged from this chaos and created the world and everything in it. Another story tells how Amun helped the pharaoh Ahmose I to defeat the Hyksos, a foreign people who had invaded Egypt. Amun appeared to Ahmose in a dream and promised him victory. With Amun's help, Ahmose drove the Hyksos out of Egypt and reunited the country. These stories show how important Amun was to the ancient Egyptians. He was the creator, the protector, and the giver of victory. He was the god who could do anything. Section 7. Amun in our world. Amun is still remembered today. His name appears in many places, from the names of people to the names of places. For example, the name Amun is part of the name of the famous Egyptian king Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun's name means living image of Amun. The name Amun also appears in the name of the city of Amman, the capital of Jordan. Amman was once known as Philadelphia, but its name was changed to Amman in honor of Amun. These are just a few examples of how Amun's name lives on today. He may be a god of ancient Egypt, but his influence can still be felt around the world. Section 8. Amun's Temple. The Temple of Amun at Karnak was one of the largest and most impressive temples in ancient Egypt. Its sheer scale and architectural complexity are a testament to the ingenuity and devotion of the ancient Egyptians. It was built over a period of 2,000 years, and each pharaoh added to its grandeur. This continuous construction resulted in a rich tapestry of styles and influences, reflecting the changing times and tastes of the rulers. The temple complex covers an area of over 200 acres and includes temples, chapels, pylons and obelisks. Each structure within the complex served a specific purpose, contributing to the overall spiritual and ceremonial functions of the site. The Great Hypostyle Hall, with its 134 massive columns, is one of the most awe-inspiring sights in the world. These columns, intricately carved and towering high, create a forest of stone that leaves visitors in awe of the ancient craftsmanship. The Temple of Amun at Karnak was a center of religious and political power in ancient Egypt. It was not just a place of worship, but also a hub of political activity where decisions that shaped the empire were made. It was a place where pharaohs were crowned and where people came to worship Amun. The coronation ceremonies held here were grand and elaborate, symbolizing the divine right of the pharaohs to rule. Today, the Temple of Amun at Karnak is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Egypt. Its historical significance and architectural splendor draw countless visitors each year. Visitors from all over the world come to marvel at its size and beauty and to learn about the fascinating history of ancient Egypt. Guided tours offer insights into the temple's past, bringing to life the stories of the pharaohs and the gods they worshipped. Section 9. Amun's Legacy. The story of Amun is one that stretches back thousands of years, to a time when the sands of Egypt were home to one of the most advanced civilizations the world has ever known. Amun was one of the most important gods in ancient Egypt. His influence was so profound that he was often merged with other deities, becoming Amun-Ra, the king of the gods and the sun god combined. He was the king of the gods, the creator of the world, and the protector of the pharaohs. Pharaohs would often attribute their victories and successes to Amun, believing that his divine power was the source of their strength. He was a god of power, mystery, and hope. His temples were places of great reverence, where priests would perform elaborate rituals to honor him and seek his favor. Amun's legacy continues to fascinate us today. Scholars and enthusiasts alike are drawn to his story, eager to uncover more about this enigmatic deity. His image can be found in museums and art galleries around the world. These artifacts offer a glimpse into the past, allowing us to connect with the ancient world in a tangible way. His name appears in books, movies, and video games. Modern storytellers continue to draw inspiration from Amun, weaving his myth into new narratives that captivate audiences. And his story continues to inspire awe and wonder. Visitors to ancient sites and museums often find themselves mesmerized by the grandeur and mystery of Amun's legacy. Amun may be a god of ancient Egypt, but he is also a god for all time. His story transcends the boundaries of history, reminding us of the enduring power of myth. He represents the power of the human imagination to create gods and goddesses that embody our deepest hopes and fears. Artists and creators continue to be inspired by his image, crafting new works that pay homage to his enduring legacy. Amun's story reminds us that even the most powerful gods are ultimately creations of the human mind. They reflect our desires, our fears, and our understanding of the world around us. And it is up to us to decide what role they will play in our lives. Whether as symbols of power, mystery, or hope, the gods we create continue to shape our world in profound ways. Section 10. The Mystery Remains. Amun was a hidden god, shrouded in layers of myth and legend. He was everywhere and nowhere at the same time, a deity whose presence was felt, but never fully seen. We may never fully understand him, as his essence is intertwined with the very fabric of ancient Egyptian culture. But that is part of what makes him so fascinating. His elusiveness invites endless curiosity and speculation. Amun is a reminder that there are still mysteries in the world, enigmas that challenge our understanding and push the boundaries of our knowledge. There are still things that we don't know, and that's okay. It's this very uncertainty that drives the human spirit to explore and discover. It's okay to be curious. Curiosity is the spark that ignites the flame of knowledge. It's okay to ask questions. Questions are the stepping stones on the path to understanding. It's okay to not have all the answers. The pursuit of knowledge is a journey filled with twists and turns. The search for knowledge is a journey, not a destination. Each discovery leads to new questions and deeper mysteries, and along the way, we're sure to encounter many mysteries. These mysteries are the threads that weave the rich tapestry of human history. But that's what makes life interesting. It's the unknown that keeps us engaged and eager to learn more. It's the mysteries that keep us guessing. They challenge our intellect and inspire our imagination. It's the mysteries that make us want to learn more. They are the driving force behind our quest for knowledge. So the next time you see a picture of Amun or hear his name spoken, remember the depth of his mystery. Take a moment to think about the mystery of this ancient god. Reflect on the countless stories and secrets that have yet to be uncovered. He may be hidden, but he's still out there. And who knows? Perhaps the sands of time will one day reveal his secrets. Maybe one day we'll finally unlock all of his secrets. Until then, the mystery remains, inviting us to keep searching, keep questioning, and keep dreaming.